ripped and shredded. More shredded. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things, all the bad things that can be. I need to practice that. But this is going to be the third video I talk about sex, because it's an awesome fucking canvas for building your own life. As I said in the other few videos, I've had to go through a journey. I've had a lot of sexual experience, and I had to go through the journey of like, what do I want when it comes to sex? And what I want is very unconventional, and I've gotten flack from many people because sex is a very polarizing topic, and I had to wade through this criticism to find out what I needed, what I wanted, what fills my sexual needs, and I discovered that sex is the perfect avenue to learning how to figure out how to self-author your life. Because if you want one thing in sex, half the people will yell at you for wanting that thing. If you want like a very specific thing, tons of people will be like, no, you can't. Like, even if you want, like, tons of people want to be tied up during sex. It's not even that uncommon. And there are so many people that be like, that's abuse. Like, you're so horrible. Like, let's fix you. Like, you've got problems. Like, what's wrong with you? And there's not even that wrong. If you want to have sex with people of the same sex as you, with the same genitalia, there's so many people that be like, ugh, that's disgusting. Or like, they'll be like, yeah, that's fine, but they'll judge you. Or they'll be like, you're an abomination to God. And that's not good either, because like, those people are closed-minded and don't really understand what sex is about. So I wanted to share this with you because when you go and figure out what do I want for myself, you have to filter, okay, this is what society says, and this is what I really want. And that is a very valuable thing to do, especially if you want to build a life for yourself on your own terms, which is what we talk about here on Passion Unchained. So I decided to do several videos on sex because of the potency for how well sex can be used as a gym, I guess you could say, to figuring out exactly what you want. So today I'm going to talk about why looks do matter, but not in the way you think. And this is specifically to like guys looking for girls. So it doesn't totally apply for girls looking for guys, or guys looking for guys, or girls looking for girls. It doesn't totally apply for that. It kind of does a little bit apply for guys looking for guys, though. It doesn't totally apply for girls, though. So this is a concept where you have to understand there's, let's just say there's three kinds of mating, if you will, of having sex, of having a partner. There's short-term, which is, 3 times max. Let's say 1 night stand, 2 night stand, a 3 night stand. Let's say that's short-term. There's medium-term, which is like, say, a month to like, say, 6 months or so. And then there's long-term, which is like 6 months and then to several years to the rest of your life. If you are a person who's looking for a short-term sex versus a medium-term mate versus a long-term mate, then you're going to be looking for different things. You don't really give a shit how interesting their life is if you're only going to have sex a few times. You care for long-term, you care how attractive they are, but you care more about how attractive they will be if you're like, I'm going to date you for like 5 years. Right? It's like, okay, I care about how attractive you are, but I care more about how attractive you'll be in a year and 2 years and 3 years and 4 years. If it's medium term, it's kind of somewhere in the middle. So like, looks matter across the board, but they matter for different reasons for different things. They matter for different reason for short term, a different reason for medium term, a different reason for long term. I think I'm definitely working on my body. I have a good body, and that's something I worked on, so I'm not afraid to share it, because I used to be fat. I used to be pretty fat. I used to be, and then after that I was husky, and then I became pretty lean. I'm pretty lean now. I have a six-pack. I'm currently on a cut, so I can define my six-pack even further and have it clearer and be more ripped and shredded. More shredded. I need to put that at the beginning. Oh my goodness, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that at the beginning. But I worked hard on it, so I'm not afraid to appreciate the work I've done. And I might do some videos on how to do that, because I've done that. I've gotten from fat to like super lean. So I'm happy to share my experience. I have not used steroids. I may at some point use a little bit of like growth hormone, etc., TRT. I want to do that at some point in a healthy way, do a lot more research, etc. I have not done that to this point. I've done zero of that. So it's all natural to this point. I'm not opposed to that though. So like, I'm not judging anyone who does, because I do want to do that at some point, but all natural. And so like, I know a little bit about how looks, the ins and outs of looks and dating. I've also had a lot of dating experience, so I'm happy to share my experience. And I've also read a lot of books and talked to a lot of dating coaches and gotten their perspective on the subject. I don't really like to, I shared a vague number. I don't really like to like share a number, because sex isn't so much about numbers, but I understand that a lot of guys who are looking for sexual advice, they're like, I want to be able to trust you and I want to listen to you. So let's say I've been with guys, girls, and trans girls, but let's just say girls. I've been with triple digits of very low triple digits. But I've been with let's just say over 100 girls. So I usually don't like to say that. It makes me cringe saying that, but I know that a lot of people are looking for that number, because then it can be like, hey, do I trust you? Hey, like, can I listen to you? Hey, are you just bullshitting? No, I'm not bullshitting. I've had a lot of experience. I've had sex with, I would say, over 99% of girls. 99% of guys, and I guess 99% of girls. So, like, I have experience, and I've also talked to a ton of dating coaches, etc., and read a lot of books, and, like, disseminated some information, some intellectual foundation framework of how to do it. So, when it comes to looks, for short-term mating, looks are, for everybody, looks are how do I get your attention? Looks are like, let me get your attention, because you can't be like, hey, like, you're cute, let me ask you on a date, if they're looking the other way. And if they look at you and they're not attracted to you, it's going to be hard to keep their attention, or impossible. If you're like walking in, like, say, like, I shaved this morning, say I didn't shave, and like this is all like disheveled, and my hair was like all over the place, and I was like, I had like 30 more pounds of fat on me, and like I had like acne all over my forehead, and I go up to a girl and I'm like, hey, look, you're really cute. She'd be like, I wouldn't be able to keep her attention. It doesn't matter how good I am at other things in my life. It doesn't matter if I'm like if I won the Nobel fucking Peace Prize. It doesn't matter, because she doesn't know that. I could like stay there and try to talk to her, but then I would I'd be like, hey, like, girl, like, I won the Nobel Peace Prize. And she'd be like, yeah, sure. But like, if I look like shit, even though it's like kind of hard, it's kind of shitty to say and really un-PC. I don't give a fuck about being PC. I'm letting that out a little bit more than usual. I'm becoming more comfortable being more myself on these. I'm sorry I've been like more reserved for the past 150 episodes, but some of them I've been more, some of them I've been less, but it really doesn't fucking matter who you are if she's never going to see it. That's like why people say, like, why do I have to, like, if you're running a small business, if you're like a freelancer, why do I have to advertise? Well, you have to advertise because people aren't going to find out how good, you might have the best product, but people aren't going to find out if you don't look good. Now, you could say, like, well, what about Tesla? Well, a couple of things with Tesla. First of all, they don't do advertising. They do marketing. So Tesla, everything's word of mouth for the most part. They don't advertise. They don't try to get the word out. They have an amazing product which gets people to share it with other people. So you'd be like, okay, well, Joe, like, Tesla is a counterexample. And I would say no, because they have a rock solid PR team. Their PR team works on their image and their brand and makes that on fucking point. So yes, their product, I would say, is 75% of the reason why people love Tesla and why it gets shared by word of mouth even though they don't have an advertising team. Marketing and PR, I guess, are kind of overlap, but they have a solid, I don't know if they have a PR team specifically, but they do PR. Like, it's kind of obvious they clean up their image and portray their image in a very specific way, and that gets them looking good. So, like, that's kind of like Tesla looking at their looks. Like, that's kind of like Tesla, like, leaning up, like, grooming, etc. If we're making the dating analogy, it's like, well, Joe, like, Tesla is like that Nobel Peace Prize that looks like shit. No. They don't advertise, but they clean up their look. They look awesome. They have a good PR team. Their cars look amazing. It's not just their cars are amazing, their cars look amazing. Tesla is like a Nobel Peace Prize winner that has on-fucking-point grooming and looks great, has amazing fashion. Like, that is a really good example of my point. So I would challenge you to say there might be a few examples. And don't use fictional movies. But like a lot of the examples of guys who look like crap that have a lot going for them other than their looks that get girls is because they do it through social circles, and they have to get to know the girls over time. And like at first the girls aren't interested in them, but over time when the girl finds out more about them because they're in the same social circle, then maybe they become interested. And that's a very different strategy to get your dating life on point. And if you want to do that, great. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about more of the numbers game, more of like, hey, let me meet a lot of girls and figure out who I like, and let's move things along quickly rather than let's play the long game. I think the long game is stupid. I think if you want medium-term and long-term sex, you start with short-term sex. You might even never, for instance, for me, I don't want any short-term partners. I don't want... I'm done with one-night stands. It makes me feel sad when I have sex with a girl and it's really awesome, and then we never have sex again. It's like, well, that's very disappointing. Or even a few times. I want to do it I want to have sex over months. I really like you. I want to stay with you. I want to get closer to you. I don't want it to be super serious. I don't want it to be a super committed relationship until later, but I want to have a lot of sex with you and just enjoy your company a lot. And so for me, I tell them very quickly, hey, I'm not looking for a one-night stand. Actually, what I do is, either before we meet or when we meet, I'm like, hey, girl, I really, you're cute. I definitely am attracted to you, down to have sex if you are. But I want to let you know, if you're looking for a one-night stand, I'm not looking for that. No judgment at all, but please let me know so that, I can drop you off home. And then, no hard feelings. And that way, I only get, medium and long term, which is what I want. And I don't get the short term because I don't want the short term. That's worked for me the times I've done it. I just started doing that, so I don't know. I think it'll work going forward. But that's another thing. It's all an experimental game. But I've gone on a lot of tangents. I've had my coffee, which is why I'm all wired. So also, I haven't looked at my phone yet, which is new because I've been skipping my vlogs. And I'm a little bit behind, so I'm let me do my vlogs first thing in the morning and then look at my phone afterwards. So, where was I? Yeah, medium term. So looks in the short term are let me get you in the door because you don't know who I am. You only know what I look like. If I look good, then you'll want to come in the door further. Medium term and long term looks matter for a different reason. Looks matter medium and long term because it means you respect yourself. Looks are a really good indicator of how much do you respect yourself. Do you want other people to like you? Do you care about your health? Looks. So looks are an indicator of, so for guys and for girls to an extent, looks are an indicator for social awareness. How aware are you of fashion trends? How aware are you of how people perceive you? Do you have a big old cowlick on the side of your head? Are you aware of that? If somebody looks kind of disheveled, one of the thoughts that you have, reasonably so, is they're not really aware of how people perceive them. And that awareness, which is the meaning of this tattoo right here, one of the interpretations, it says know thyself in Greek, know thysauton. And let me flex actually. Let me get it in focus. There we go. And that one of the interpretations of that more modern interpretation is how do I become aware of myself? Let me just make sure that's good. How do I become aware of myself? And so if you're not aware of yourself, that's really unattractive. And And then second of all, it's also like, do I respect myself? Like, if I look good, it's I respect myself. If you see somebody who looks all like beat up and stuff, it's like, well, that guy doesn't really care about what people think about him. He doesn't really respect himself. He's like, I don't give a shit what people think about me. And that's unattractive, because that also means he's probably not going to get far in life. Now, there are like geniuses who buck the trend and like they don't look that great, but they have enough to make up for it. But then again, I would say they succeeded in spite of their looks, their lack of looks. That's an in spite of situation where they probably would have succeeded even more if they looked good. They just had way over the top good ideas and like brilliance that it just didn't matter. But that's rare. That's pretty rare where you succeed in spite of looking like shit. Looking good definitely helps you a lot. And even if you want to go for that, hey, like I'm brilliant as fuck, I'm gonna succeed on that front, also look good, because then people will listen to your ideas more. People treat, whether it's good or bad, whether it's moral or immoral, people treat people who look good better. When I started losing weight, I was already pretty lean. This was in September. When I lost weight and got like super thin, people treated me differently. People started, like my friends, every single one of my friends was like, Joe, like you're getting super lean. Like look at that jawline, like blah, blah, blah. Like over and over and over again. And people were just treating me better. Like when I was talking to like clerks, or like they're like at attention and kind of like listening to me, like respecting me, because I obviously respected myself. And so they wanted to be like, yo, like if I like this guy, like he looks really good. Like I feel like I want to respect him because he respects himself. So that's one thing that you'll notice is people like, when you respect yourself, people respect you. And with partners, like one of the long-term things, Mark Manson, a guy I really fucking love, read 2 of his books. I didn't read Everything Is Fucked, which is his new book, newest. I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fucking Models. I read Models like 5 times. Read Subtle Art of 2 times, but Models like 5 or 6 times. Awesome fucking book. He like gave out to his email list. It was like hundreds of thousands of people. It's like, hey, like long-term relationships, long-term readers in long-term relationships that are having a great relationship, what works for you? And the common theme that he found was that what worked is that people who respected their partner wanted to get with their partner, liked the relationship, and it was much better when they respected their partner. And so if you want a good medium or long-term, especially long-term relationship, respect yourself. And part of respecting yourself is respecting your appearance, grooming well, having good fashion, being clean, like good hygiene, things like that. Like I have a little bit of acne on my forehead because I'm working on that. But I used to have worse acne because I wasn't doing good hygiene. Acne is a sign of bad hygiene, which is a sign of low self-respect. So, number 1, get their attention. Looking good is getting them in the door so you can show them who you are, because if they don't even get the door, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you won the Nobel Peace Prize. And then number 2 is like, the more you respect yourself, the more they respect you, the better relationship you have. And then number 3 is it's an indicator of your social awareness and your future success. So like if you look good, it's a good indicator that you'll become successful further in the future, because it takes discipline. It's an indicator of discipline too. It takes discipline to groom well continually and to do all that jazz. So I think that's a good place to stop. I think that's some good information. The takeaway from here, the actionable takeaway is look good. Groom well. If you have facial hair, groom it. If you have hair, get some gel, pat it down. I had a huge cowlick over here this morning. I had to pat it down with some gel. I shave every day. I grow hair like fucking crazy, so I have to shave. I have to shave this and this every single day. If I don't, I look like shit. Use acne pads if you need to. My friend sent me, actually I'm going to send you this, I'm going to put this in the description. My friend sent me an article about how to get rid of acne. A really good article, super informational. I'm not in any way affiliated with the site, but it's just good information. So I'm going to put that in the description below. It might not be up when I put this video up because I'll have to go in later in the day and find it. But it'll either say coming soon or in the description below right now. What else? there's a bunch of other stuff. Fashion, like do good in fashion. I'll also have a link in the description. My friend has a website which helps guys on fashion called thehatfish.com. He has a free style guide if you sign up to his email newsletter. He gives you a free PDF. It's a pretty fucking solid PDF. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to fashion, so I will put that in the description below as well. And he's a friend of mine, but I don't get anything for it, so that's just because it's good information. Not everything's affiliate. But yeah, subscribe, like, share if you like this content. If you think it's useful, share it with somebody who you think could use some advice, or like who doesn't care about his looks, and maybe this will help him realize why it's important. Also, I have a bunch of links in the YouTube description about the things I use. I have this 14 terabyte backup drive that has all my videos and like photos from photo shoots, and I also have like the equipment bag I use, the camera I use, this microphone I use. I have a ton of the things I use. If you are a content creator or you want to up your photography game, because I'm also a photographer, I use this all for photography. I also have the tripod that I'm using right now, etc. Then go in the link in the description, use those links. It helps me out a lot. It gives me money. If you buy something from my links, I get a little cut. It's no extra cost to you, and they're all products I actually use. So that's another thing, is like I had an opportunity to affiliate for this other company that makes these really cool rings, but I decided not to. I ordered a ring from them, and then I found out that it ships from China, and it's drop shipped from like AliExpress or something. And so I bought it. It was $60. I bought it at a 40% off because I'm an affiliate for them, but I've never shared my link, and I never will, because they are like overpricing it, and it takes like a fucking month to get to you. So I'm like, if this shit takes a month and it's like double or triple the price that they bought it for, like, I'm just going to give you the links to the actual product and not make money off of it. I was like, you know what? Like, I let go of this opportunity to affiliate for them, because it was like the product might be cool, but like the website is not offering me any value except for making me aware of these rings. So I might at one point find the AliExpress products, and without any affiliate, like zero affiliate, give those to you. If I order, I'm going to order some more and see if I like them. But yeah, like I only affiliate things to you that I like, that I use. I'm not going to ever affiliate like NordVPN unless I use it and I think it's awesome. Like if I ever use NordVPN or like the fucking Raycons, but I'm not going to use the fucking Raycon. I've looked at actual reviews of them, and it's pretty clear like they're shit. Like they're all like, it's just affiliate marketing. I'm not going to like give you guys, like affiliate you guys Raycons. Like fuck that shit. Like I don't want those. Like I have AirPods. I fucking love my AirPods, and there are also a lot of great other third-party things. Like Bose has their own in-ear headphones that are separate. Like those are supposed to be very good. Like I would give you an Amazon affiliate link for those way before I gave you fucking Raycons. So anyway, affiliate links. Subscribe if you like. Cheers. I'm excited to talk more about sex.